I am Latanya Coco, and I am the founder of Living For You. What does that mean, living for you? Exactly what it says, living for you. Living for You was started a couple of weeks ago for those who are, like me, trying to come into their own as a woman. I am so excited about this forum because it is a way for us to express ourselves, to encourage one another, and to just have some fun. I've been through pain, I've been through heartache, I've been through happy times, I've been through sad times, I've been through a lot. I have my trusted life coach and friend who has helped me along the way, Mr. Jason Tyler, who will be our resident life coach. He's always been a cheerleader for me. He's always been there when I needed him, and he's just the right person to help us women out with our issues. Please post, have fun. It's about us women doing what we do, having fun, giving each other encouragement, helping with style, helping with makeup and hair. It's just about what you want it to be about. Live for you. Hi, my name is Latanya Coco, and I'm sitting here with my trusted life coach, Mr. Jason Tyler. Now, Jason, that you're sitting here with me, you are representing all men right now, okay?
Okay.
We want to talk about relationships. Okay, what as a man are you looking for, or what would you say men are looking for in a female?
The one thing that men were looking for is a woman that will allow us to be ourselves, to not be restricted, and to just let us be who we are without any reservation.
So as far as dating, let's take it as far as dating. There's a couple of questions on there about dating. Do you find it a little bit harder than when you were coming up, growing up?
Yes, it's a lot more difficult now because we have I Am Woman, we don't need you women out there now,
Okay, there's some
educated.
women like that.
True.
Women
Okay,
like
I can't
that.
put all
Some
women in the
are like
category,
that.
but women are educated now. They're powerful. They're successful. So they're really doing the same exact thing that men used to do back in the day. So the level field is really different now. I mean, in all honesty, other than self-pleasure, what do women really need men for nowadays?
Okay. So how about? Well, I'm gonna be transparent. Since that's what I do. Somebody like me, from our talks, I'm a giver. I just,
Right.
I like to give. So, what advice would you give somebody like myself in the dating game now?
Well, number one thing is we need to slow down. Everybody wants to move too fast and, put a time frame on how long we should date or get to know someone. To me, it's like good food. Good food is cooked slow. So just take your time and enjoy the person and let things develop. We have all these notions of how we, these benchmarks of how we want things to be, and at this certain date it should be, this is going on. I think we need to just throw away all of that, throw away all of these unnecessary expectations, and just get to know the person, enjoy them, let it develop on its own without any pressure from either side. And that's the most beautiful relationship you could ever have.
But I mean, that's right, trying to rechange mindsets there. You know what I'm saying? It's like growing up, it's, we see, hey, my parents did this way, and we tend to want to do things that we know have worked because we see some marriages are still, good. So, what would you say to somebody like that?
Well, you know me, I'm a catalyst for going against the grain.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Just because people are still together these days don't mean that they're happy. And to me, looking at the past for some of our parents and how their relationships were developed, it's really not the best model for where we are today. Again, I think we're in a place in this day and time where we kind of got to start from scratch. Men are different. It's a whole different generation, a whole different dynamic, a whole different scene now than it was back then. And I kind of think it's unfair that we compare what went on in the old days to what we have now, because we're just a different generation, we're a different breed. I think we're all learning ourselves all over again. Mm-hmm. And in doing that, that's why I stress time. We need time. We got to stop rushing. And, because when you meet a person, you're meeting their imposter. You're not really meeting the real them at first. It takes a couple months before you get to that point. At that point, that's when you're really starting to develop and learn who they are. So, and until we get past all of that and understand that it takes time to do that, we just got to slow down and learn each other. Not what we think we know about the opposite sex, but really understand and accept what they're giving us.
You said something, happy. Explain what is happiness to you?
Oh man, happiness. Happiness to me is when I can be myself 100%. without reservation, good, bad, ugly, and that's okay. To me, that's being happy. Being true to myself, that's what I call happy.
This is what this forum is about. I have recently, like I said, coming into my own. I'm coming into my happy. So, this is a major step for me, and this is my friend, my coach right here. So, he is it, to help me along the way, along my journey. I told him I'm not gonna cry, so I'm not gonna cry.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna cry. I got you. I got this. Okay.
No, but reason. You say happiness now and it paints a whole nother picture. Mm-hmm. How many of us really know what it means to be happy?
Right.
Like when we first started our conversations and we first started talking and the transition that you went through, a lot of it was, I don't know. And I think because, like you said before, there's so much of, we look to our parents,
right.
We look to things we've been through in our life, we look to our surroundings, and we develop what I call love language, which translates into happiness from the environment that we've been around. So when you start talking about happiness now, you're almost talking about really rethinking your whole thought process to get to a point to be happy. And in my honest opinion, I believe that you have to be willing to break the mold of society.
Right.
You got to be willing to be different. You got to be willing to really stand on your own to be happy, because a lot of the rules that society has in place, they say you should do this and they say you should do that, and that should equate to happiness, but it's a happiness to satisfy other people but yourself. So if you're not in here happy, but you have the appearance of being happy, what's the point?
That is why he's my life coach, everybody. That is what he does. One more question before we kind of sort of wrap this up, because again, this is going to be an ongoing thing, Facebook, okay? What would you say to somebody who is like myself? You've been there through my triumphs, through my tears, through my pain, through my just mad at the world, my type, attitude. What would you say to somebody?
I mean, I take it back to the point that I touched on about happiness. You have to forget everything that you thought that you knew about yourself and really just decrease to increase over again. You have to do away with every thought that somebody else is giving you. All the people say you should be this and you are that. You have to take away all of that and then discover who you are for yourself. And that's going to be painful. It is hard to really search yourself and look inside and say, well, I saw myself this way or I saw myself that way, and realize, but I'm not happy with who I am because I'm trying to please other people and deal with the expectations that other people put on me besides myself. So the encouragement is be willing to learn you. A lot of times in relationships, they don't work because people jumping from one relationship to the next, and nobody want to be by themselves, because once you're by yourself, you're left to deal with your own internal conflicts, and we don't want to do that. But that's where it starts. It's okay to say, I don't like my nose. It's okay to say, well, I'm not satisfied with how I look. It's okay to acknowledge things about yourself that you want to change, but then you have to understand you got to fall in love with you. You got to fall in love with who you are, whether it's big nose, your size, your feet too large, whatever that is. That's how God made you, and you can't change that. Well, with surgery you can, but the point I'm trying to make is that until you become comfortable with you and the things that, you can change your weight, you can change how you eat, you can exercise, you can work on that, but there's some features that you have you just can't change, and you know what? It's okay. It's okay with all of those features that you don't like about yourself. And when you start to realize that, you know what? It's okay to love me, that's when you'll begin to develop and understand what real happiness is.
Okay, well, with that being said, ladies, this is Jason Tyler, who has agreed to be a part of our Living for You forum. He is our resident life coach on hand. If there's anything that you feel you need to vent, express, I am telling you, hit him up. It will help you. He has helped me thus far, and he's continuing to help me, and I'm just very thankful and grateful to have him in our forum. And I know you have a forum, so if you would just go ahead and plug your forum too.
Well, I got to give a shout out to my WWN Honest Adult Communication family. WWN stands for What We Need, and it's a forum where adults can come in and really talk about the things you really don't have an outlet to talk about any other place. And we have a dynamic group, very diversified, all types of religions, perspectives, political views, and it's just a melting pot for people to have conversation. But on top of that, like Tanya said, that I am your life coach. I really want to be your life coach. I am your biggest cheerleader. You're struggling with anything, give me a call. You want to get in shape, give me a call. If you just need some advice for your kids, for relationships, give me a call. I have a passion to just help. I've been through some things in my life, and my life's mission is if I can help anybody not go through the same struggles that I went through, that I'm willing to do that. So with that, I want to thank Tanya for inviting me here to be a part of this. And you know what? To see you where you are now makes me want to cry. I've seen the transformation, and it's a beautiful thing because it's ongoing. And there's nothing but the best, and the sky's the limit for you and everything that you're going to do.
Thank you. The form is called Living for You. I am Latanya, and you can reach me at LILMSLRW@hotmail.com. And also, if you're looking for further information, you can go to WWN What We Need Honest Adult Communication, and that is where Jason Tyler is, where he is the admin of that forum. I'm always saying, do you? I'm always saying, do you? Like I always say, do you, because I'm gonna continue to always do